It's your girl Shay, and I am here with another video for you. So before we even begin, make sure you like and subscribe to get the latest uploads, videos, and everything, okay? And by the way, I do have a new wig. It's like my lion's mane. So hope you like it, okay? And behind me is Count Your Rainbows, Not Your Thunderstorms. I have to point that out because my wig is kind of big, so you might not be able to read it on your own. So I thought I'd tell y'all ahead of time, just so you're not trying to figure out what it says. Well, anyway, let us begin, okay? So this is Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 10. Welcome to the Bermuda Triangle. The episode was insanity. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. I think next episode is going to be like some more drama stuff going on, whatever. But this one was kind of crazy. So let's just get right into it. Oh, and by the way, I did want to give like a really quick shout out to our viewer, JYR Lover. I don't know if it's J Year or JYR Lover, who gave a cute little comment in the last video saying that you like the fact that my reviews are so thorough. I appreciate that. I do take notes so I don't miss anything. But if there's anything that I do miss, let me know. Well, anyway, I do appreciate your comment and your subscription. So, thank you so much. All right, let's get to it. So, we began with Giselle, and Giselle's with her kids. And it sort of goes like back and forth. You see Giselle with her children and Robyn with her children. And is it just me, or is it like their parenting styles night and day? Like Giselle is kind of like, I won't say like a drill sergeant, but she definitely has more structure. And she's more into making sure that her girls are respectful and all these things, which is very, very important. Whereas Robyn is so much more lenient and just kind of lets them say whatever they want, do whatever they want. And, you know, I don't know if Robyn's kids could last a day with Giselle because she will whip them into shape. And Robyn's boys, they're cute. But what does cute mean if they're not respectful? Honestly, I'm just saying. That's just my perspective. Let me know how you feel. So anyway, we start with Giselle, and she's talking to her girls. She's talking to them about all the stuff they have to do. They want a cookie, but you got to do your chores first and all that stuff, and I like that. She has structure, balance, all these things. Then her mom shows up, and I think they call her Granny Joe or something. I thought that was the cutest name for a grandmother, Granny Joe. That was so cute. And so her kids, she has 3 daughters with Jamal Bryant, and rumor has it, now you know I'm not one to gossip, so you ain't heard this from me, but rumor has it that Giselle's ex-husband / father of her children is Mr. Chocolate. Now that's to all you Real Housewives of Atlanta people. Giselle denies it, but it's been rumored, and it's a lot of people. And Giselle's ex is known to be, he's a minister, but he is also known as kind of a womanizer. And I believe he has a couple children out of wedlock and stuff like that. Anyway, reportedly, supposedly, allegedly, he is the real Mr. Chocolate that everybody was talking about when Phaedra almost slapped King in the face with the purse. Y'all remember that episode? Okay, so Giselle's ex, the minister, preacher, whatever the case might be, maybe pastor. I can't keep it up. I can't keep up with it. But anyway, he's supposedly, Jamal Bryant supposedly Mr. Chocolate. So yeah, get that tea, catch that dirt. Okay. Well, anyway, so she's talking to her mom, and then she's talking to her mom about how she's going to Bermuda. The daughters are staying with the mom. I love how she's so structured with the girls. She's like, make sure your homework's done. They were like giggling, like, no, I don't want to do that, whatever. But you know, you can tell she like is on them about their stuff, their schoolwork, whatever. So she's like, make sure you do your book report. Make sure you brush your teeth at night or whatever. Make sure you call me twice a day. They weren't really happy about that, but that's what she wanted, you know. And then she starts talking about, before I even get to Robyn, she starts talking about how she's broken up with the guy, Kevin. And I'm like, what you mean broken up? You were never into that man. Like, he was into Giselle, but you could tell when a girl like a guy. She was never into him. She might have just been playing along for the storyline, but it was very obvious she didn't see a future with him. They look like they may be the type of people that can have fun as friends, but y'all not about to be in a damn relationship. You know good and damn well you're not into that man. I'm sorry. I just got to keep it real. I have yet to see any episode where him and her interacting where they look like it was a genuine connection. Kenya and Matt had a better connection in this situation. I mean, come on, girl. Okay, so anyway, she tells her mom that, and her mom's like, yeah, you know, move on, and if it doesn't make you happy, blah, blah, blah. We already knew that, girl. You wasn't happy with him. You didn't like him like that. It was very obvious. The whole world could see it, okay? Anybody watching the show could see it. You clearly wasn't into him, so I don't even know why this is a conversation, but you said it on the show, so I'm reviewing it. Whatever. Now, let's get to Robyn, okay? What in the world is the situation with her and her boys? We have seen her sons on the show more than once. Every single time they are, I'm trying to look for a nice word, rambunctious, okay? That's the best word I can use. I'm not going to call them bad because I don't think you should call kids bad. You know, some kids are a little more curious than others. Some are a little more talkative than others. It doesn't mean that they're bad. However, they do not seem like they have the level of discipline in their home that Giselle's children have. Now, granted, Robyn and Giselle, two different women, therefore they're going to parent two different ways. However, girl, if your sons act like that at home, I can only imagine how they are at school or wherever else, because kids are usually, you know, try to be more on their best behavior in front of their parents because they know their parents are the actual disciplinarian. So if they, you know, they was telling her hair was ugly, and if you don't like her hair, you might not like it, you might like it. That's okay. But it was just a way that they were talking to her. And then she said something about that. One of the boys said, Mom, where's Dad? And she said, Dad is golfing. And he like, Dad don't golf. So, you know, your kids already realize there's something up, you know. I don't know about that whole situation, but and then she starts, I just feel like her situation with her sons, though, okay, this is what I wanted to say. I kind of wonder if her children behave the way they behave because they see their father not show her the utmost respect. Not that he's disrespectful to her, but he just doesn't seem like he's that into her. And maybe that's rubbing off on them. Like, he doesn't really listen to her and all that stuff. He's not disrespectful, but he's definitely not here for whatever she's trying to do or whatever. He's not. He's just trying to be on his own, do his own thing. And she's kind of a doormat for him. She's doing whatever he needs her to do, whatever. She's doing all the duties of a wife without the title, basically. And so that is kind of being run over. I guess if you like it, then you're not being run over. But I don't think she likes it, because if you did, you wouldn't be crying with the therapist. So, you know, your children are watching that, and therefore I believe that your children have picked up on that habit, and that is why they behave the way that they behave, because little boys learn how to conduct themselves when they have a male figure in the home by how they see that male figure conduct themselves. You know, little boys learn from their fathers, little girls learn from their mothers, whatever. Some people are in single parent homes, but if you have a father figure around and the father figure is not, you know, that into the mom, I don't care how young they are. At some point, that's going to rub off on them. They're not stupid, okay? They may be children. Children aren't dumb. So they're picking up on something, because maybe they not just doing this because they don't see their father really into their mother. Maybe it really is that they just don't have structure, or maybe it's a combination of the two. Who knows? Now, moving on. She then says something about she didn't tell Juan that she talked to the therapist about dating because Juan wasn't gonna be into it, and he may let out the tires in her car before she leaves. And I'm like, you must be talking about a different Juan, because it can't be the same one that's on this show. Ma'am, he was just in the closet telling the producer he can't do it anymore. I don't think he letting the tire out your car. He might put gas in your car so you can get there faster. Like, that man is not losing any sleep over the idea of you dating, because if he was, he would be putting forth an effort to make sure that y'all two get back together. Because if Juan said tomorrow, I want to get back together, let's make this work, I don't believe Robyn would be like, oh no, I want to wait. She would jump at the opportunity, and you know that because of the actions, because of what you're seeing, because she is clearly still in love with this man. And I don't think the feeling is mutual. So when she said he would let the air out of her tires, I had to pause the TV and give it a quick little eye roll, like, pause for the cause, okay? Ain't no, that man, listen, he's not letting the air out your tires. He may buy you a car just to get you over to the next person's house. I'm just saying, maybe not the next person's house, but the next date or whatever. He's out dating. He might drop you off before he gets to his date. You understand what I'm saying? He will be your Uber. He will take you wherever you need to go to see whatever man so that you can get out of his hair. He just said he don't even really want to be together like that. But he didn't tell her. But I'm sure he has had to tell her before. If he telling production, y'all had to have had this conversation. If not, that was some punk shit. But I don't believe he never told you. And his actions show it. Like, he does not seem that into you. Like, I don't know how else to put it, but she like, he'll let the air out my tires. No, girl. He will make sure you have an oil change. He will rotate your tires. He will get your oil changed. Oh, I said that. He will put gas in your car. Okay. He will do all of that. Okay. He gonna make sure your rotors are good. He gonna check your axle. He gonna change your brakes. He gonna make sure you get to where you need to go. Stop telling yourself that this man is losing his mind over the idea of you leaving. He ain't slitting your tires, okay? He might call your date and tell him how to GPS to get to where you at. Like, stop kidding yourself, boo. But she is so pretty. Robyn is gorgeous, but girl, you're not doing yourself any favors. People watching this show like, child, she really believe that? Well, see, she don't know. She had no idea that the closet thing happened when she made this comment about him slitting her tires. She could have known. Okay, hey y'all, don't judge me. I got hot. I started sweating, so I had to change wigs. On to the next story. Okay, this is my little Bob. I'm gonna name this one Bob. Yeah, that is so uninventive. Anyway, whatever. Karen is getting ready for the trip. She going to Bermuda. Okay, well, they are going to Bermuda, and you know it's that whole subject matter of who is actually planning the trip, her or Charisse. She kind of talks about that a little bit with her husband, but I'm not even going to get into that right now because it is more to that later on in the story, and promise you, you're going to have enough time to talk about that. So she's getting ready. He asked her if she got her credit cards. She like, yeah, I got all of yours. I thought that was cute, a little funny. So they was talking about packing up the house, and she admits that, you know, well, we already knew that the house did sell, and so now she is moving to Great Falls, Virginia. And I was just like, okay, the Grand Dame of Potomac is no longer going to be living in Potomac. I just don't get it. Like, I like Karen. I like all the women on the show. But you're the Grand Dame of Potomac. So are you going to now be the Grand Dame of Great Falls? Ooh, that's irony. Because some people would say it is a great fall for her to be a Potomac housewife and end up going from Maryland to Virginia. No shade to Virginia. There's nothing wrong with Virginia. But it would be like saying you the Real Housewife of Richmond and then you move to Potomac. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be in Maryland and it's Potomac, Maryland, you not only moved out of the city, you moved to another state at least. Robyn is still in Maryland. She may be in Baltimore, but she's still in Maryland. You moved to another state. So, you know, obviously the Black Bill Gates don't have the Bill Gates funds because there's enough homes on the market, I'm sure, for you to have found a home in Potomac. You have now got to retire the nickname Black Bill Gates because Bill Gates could probably buy the majority of the homes in Potomac, if not all of them, if he wanted to. Because, I mean, that's Bill Gates. He got that bread, okay? So, who is she fooling? Like, it's, you know, what is it? Real Housewives of New York, Dorinda, she says, money talks, wealth whispers. The people who talk about money the most are usually the people who don't really have it. And she, you know, Karen has talked about money a lot in these past 2 seasons. So, you know, now people like, girl, you've been fronting all this time. Your pocket's not fat like that. You're not rolling like that. Stop calling that man the Black Bill Gates, because if Bill Gates wanted to move to Potomac, he would not just buy the house. He would buy the entire block, okay? So, girl, you really have to retire the name now. You have to retire it. You cannot call this man the Black Bill Gates if you can't afford to stay in Potomac. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Just saying. You would not be on the Real Housewives of Potomac moving to Great Falls if you could afford to stay in Potomac. This is the truth. And I'm not hating on your finances. All I'm saying is you got to stop fronting. You pump faking. Okay? And for all the people who don't know what pump faking is, you just pretending. You pretending. You're not really doing it out here. Just saying. Okay, so then the ladies meet up at the airport. Charisse and Karen see each other. I thought they had a really nice greeting. I was like, okay, it's cute. You know, they're not being petty right out the gate. They're going to wait a little bit. They're going to, you know, start the timers maybe in a couple days, maybe 24 hours. They'll start being petty. Then they're going to be petty like right off the bat. So I was like, okay, good. Y'all going to pretend to be cordial, or y'all are going to be cordial and pretend like y'all like each other, but y'all don't. And then after that, they get on the plane. Monique's talking about this, her first time taking a trip since she had her kids and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, good for you, girl. Get your girls trip in. Everybody needs like that time for the, you know, hang out with their girls. You know, women need that girls time. Guys need their guys time. You know, guys do like they go golfing or poker nights and stuff. Well, according to Robyn's kids, they dad ain't going golfing, but that's another story. And, you know, women have their little girls time or whatever, get some wine, some champagne, you know, just talk, chill, relax, whatever. So, you know, that's cute. I liked it. So they were on the plane, and, you know, it seemed like it was really nice, relaxed. Nobody was really getting into it yet. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all not going to kill each other mid-air. That's a good step in the right direction. Kudos to you. So then they make it to the bus. Now, let's talk about the situation that pissed off a lot of people on the show. Karen Huger, it says Karen Huger plus guest. Okay, it's a lady standing there. She's holding up a sign. You know how like you get off the airplane and somebody's holding a sign telling you, hey, you know, I'm your ride or whatever. So it was a lady saying, hey, you know, we're your transportation. Here's your sign. And the sign said Karen Huger plus guest. So they all felt some kind of way because Charisse is supposedly planning this trip with Karen. However, Charisse's name was nowhere on this paper, and that will come up again. Now, do I think it was that big of a deal? I did not. I think that, you know, we nitpicking a little bit. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's just a damn sign. It wasn't even typed up. It was just written. Like, calm down, okay? Okay? The world is not ending because Charisse's name did not make it on this sheet of paper. You will be okay. I promise. I promise life will go on, okay? Next. So then Charisse talking about how, the day before was her anniversary, and she texted Eddie to say, you know, happy anniversary, whatever, and he didn't even bother to text her back, which I thought was not nice. Like, you could have texted back and said, hey, you know, thank you for thinking of me, or you didn't have to say happy anniversary if you didn't want to, Eddie. You could have just been nice and at least said appreciate it or hope you're well or something. So that tells me that this is a contentious divorce because he is not here for it. But I had heard rumors that he was really pissed off with the way their marriage or stuff was portrayed last season because he didn't even want her to go on the show. Now, I don't know if that's true. We have to get Charisse to say whether or not that's true at the reunion or something. But heard that he never even wanted her to go on the show. I don't know if that's true. You know, could be not. I'm not sure. But so anyway, he felt some type of way because he didn't even text her back. I'm sure he knew it was her. Like, who else gonna be wishing you happy anniversary unless it's your girlfriend and then y'all just celebrating your 1 year anniversary? But I'm sure you have her name saved. So you knew it was her. You could have just said thank you or something. Like, come on now, dude, don't be rude. Anyway, so she said that, and she said she bought herself a really nice gift. We don't know yet what the gift is. We'll find out later. But she bought herself a really nice gift. And because I guess, you know, she felt like not only is it the anniversary, but her birthday is coming up. So she knows he's not buying her anything. She knows he's not wishing her a happy anniversary. And she knows he's not getting her anything. So she used his money and bought herself a nice gift. Go ahead. So then they're at the hotel. I think it's the Fairmont Hotel. That was a really pretty hotel. You know, sometimes these reality shows, they put them in the hotel. And I'm like, ooh, that's not cute, you know. But it was a really, really nice looking place or whatever. It was cute. It was really, really cute. And then when they get to their rooms, you know, the girls are kind of separating, this group over here, this group over there. And they in a couple of the rooms, and they're noticing that Karen leaves a really nice welcome note, like, welcome to Bermuda, blah, 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 blah. Thank you, sincerely, or love Karen, or something like that. So immediately, all of the girls, they're not even together, but they all are thinking the same things because they all mention the fact that Karen's name is on there, but Charisse's has been left out. They're not very appreciative of this, okay? So they feel like that's some shade because aren't they supposed to be planning this together? Isn't this supposed to be the two of them hosting it together? But whatever happened, I just wanted to get to the bottom of it. What was the trip brought on by Charisse? Because then Ashley brings up the fact that Charisse is the one who invited her. So did production tell both of them to throw the trip, and then Karen decided she was gonna kick Charisse off the planning committee? Like, what really is going down with this whole trip situation? Charisse still feels some type of way about the sheet of paper because she said that the exclusion is pathetic. But I think that she was calling it pathetic because of the whole situation where the welcome baskets. Now, I kind of get that. Now, the Huger plus guest is not that big of a deal, in my opinion. I think they're making a mountain out of a molehill. But the baskets, when you welcome in them, okay, that is something you planned out. You planned out to have welcome gifts in everybody's room, and you left Charisse's name off of it. I'm just like, mountain out of a molehill, okay? Y'all making mountains, clouds. Y'all making a whole new world out of this whole whose name is on what. Calm down, please. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and move on. So, I'm tired of talking about these baskets and stuff. Well, okay, so then you have them going to Charisse's loft. And I guess that is the big gift she bought herself for her birthday / anniversary. That was a really nice loft. I'm like, work, okay? You know, it was cute. It was cute. And she had the best room of everybody. So I'm sure Karen got a little hate in her blood when they found out about that. That's later on in the show. But that loft, that was everything. Super cute. I was like, go ahead, Miss Charisse. Show them how to do it. So she said that was her anniversary present and a F you to Karen. I was like, oh. She was like, anniversary for me. Happy birthday to me. F you. I was like, oh. All right. Tell us how you really feel, girlfriend. So after that, they were talking about, you know, whether or not she got left a note. She did. She was pissed off, but whatever. Get off. If they don't get over these damn notes. Okay. And then she said that she thinks that Karen is going through something and she needs something. Anyway, Charisse been throwing shade about Karen's finances this whole time, so I'm not surprised that you should be either. It's gonna be some more shade because I think in the next episode for the preview. Thank you. She said something like, "This boat I rented is more than what you're worth." Or more than your net worth or something. And Karen was like, well, your net worth is your husband's net worth and it's not that much or something. So I was like, oh, so you know, next episode gonna be a good one too. You know, I'm gonna recap and review that one too. Hopefully everything goes well because I will be trying to get that one to you as well. So anyway, then they go to Gizelle and Robyn's room, and she's talking about Robyn was saying something like she was happy. Giselle was happy that she didn't have to sit next to Monique, and Robyn was like, oh, you know, I thought she was going to talk my head off. And I'm like, Robyn never throws Monique any shade unless she's with Giselle. And I don't really want to consider Robyn like a follower or nothing, but I've never really heard her say anything about Giselle unless she's with, she never says anything about Monique unless she's with Giselle. But in Robyn's defense, Monique does talk a lot. I like Monique, but she does talk a lot. Yeah, the girl can talk. So that happened. Then they were talking about whether or not Gizelle and Monique could get along, and she was like, oh, it's just surface interaction. You know, I'm not really into it, blah, 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 whatever. We get it. We know. Y'all don't like each other. I'm sick of hearing Monique talk about Giselle. I'm sick of hearing Giselle talk about Monique. We get it. Y'all don't like each other. Whatever. What else? Move it along, people. Move it along. Okay, so then you have Charisse, and she's flirting with the bellman. I thought that was cute, and he let it be known very quickly, I'm married. You know, like Miss Suge on The Color Purple, I's married now. I say, I's married now. Like that, he let it be known very quickly. He's married, okay? Taken, then said he got brothers, and they married too. He let it be known, honey. I don't know. He, you know, maybe, hey, you know, I think that he's proved that there's still some faithful guys out here. So go ahead. Your missus is a very lucky woman because you let it be known in front of the beautiful women. I'm married. I like it. So then they move on. All the ladies are outside. They're getting ready for the cocktails, okay? And they looked cute. Everybody looked cute. Monique said she had to go to the bathroom and that she was going to cop a squat. And then Giselle said something like she only reads from the Urban Dictionary and that she's crass and ignorant and everything she says is nonsense. And I was like, damn, tell us how you really feel. Like, you know, somebody pointed out that, because y'all know I'm always checking out what's going on Twitter and social media and stuff. And somebody pointed out that last season, Giselle was calling Ashley a thought. So you read from the Urban Dictionary too, then, boo-boo, because last time I checked, thought wasn't in Webster's. It just wasn't. So that shade you're applying to her also applies to you, but let's move on. So after that, we had Charisse. Oh, Charisse came out. She was dancing. They said there was Gombe dancers. Gombe, I think is what it was. But anyway, she was getting it. She was, you know, she was moving with it. I liked it. I was like, go on, Charisse. You know, you don't get to really see her cut up like that. I guess that's the Sha coming out. You know, that's her nickname, Sha. When she was a rapper, I think. But, yeah, I thought it was cute. She was having fun. Some of the girls got out there, danced with her. Giselle was out there cutting the rug. And I think Monique danced a little bit. Or Ashley was out there dancing. So it was really cute. That was a cute moment. I was happy to see Charisse having a good time because it could be a really difficult time for her, being that it's her birthday and it's her anniversary and she's by herself. And she texted her ex happy anniversary and he didn't say anything back. But instead of her sulking, she's still out enjoying herself. She's not letting that spoil her fun. So good for you, Charisse. I was happy to see you, you know, enjoying yourself, having a great time, having a just having a moment with the girls and not letting that make you feel all bogged down and stuff. So that was cute. Then Ashley started talking about she had coochie sweat. Okay, I heard Sheree talk about titty sweat, but I don't need to know what your vagina doing. Now, if your vagina sweating, that's some information you can keep to yourself. Now, Giselle, when Monique was talking about copping a squat, like she's not actually like going into detail. You say stuff about your vagina I don't need to know. Okay, I like you, Ashley, but you could have kept that one to yourself. My perspective. Now we get to Karen's dinner. They hot. Karen says, man, we need a ceiling fan. Charisse, boom, right behind her. Well, if you would have let me help you, we would have had a ceiling fan. I was like, oh, buddy, here we go. She about to let her know every time that somebody is not happy about something, every time that somebody feels like, oh, we don't have exactly what we need or when we need it or how we need it, Charisse don't point out that if she was allowed to help plan the trip, they would have it. So she was quick to tell her, if you would have let me help you, we would have had a ceiling fan. I was like, go ahead, Charisse, let her know. Yeah, I think that Charisse at some point in the episode said that she's the real grand dame or something like that. She coming for your crown, Karen. She coming for your crown. So then Monique brings up the welcoming gift, and you know, all the girls chime in that they thought Charisse's name should have been on it. I'm like, oh, y'all just not gonna get over it, huh? Karen, like, y'all just can't be happy. I'm agreeing with Karen on this moment. Like, I get it. I get why they kind of feel like she shouldn't have left Charisse out, but at this point, it feel like they beating a dead horse. Like, get over it, okay? Please, and thank you, okay? Moving on. I'm so sick of hearing about that. And then, okay, so then they get onto the conversation of how Charisse is no longer helping with everything. And Karen says, well, I was gonna let her be my assistant, but she didn't want to be my assistant. She said she never been anybody's assistant. She never gonna be anybody's assistant. And what I was saying last episode was, Karen, you cannot get mad at this woman and tell her that, you know, she has to be your assistant because, number one, Charisse has probably never been anybody's assistant. She's not going to be your assistant. So don't insult her. It's kind of insulting to be like, oh, yeah, you want to help me that bad? You can be my assistant. It's a little pretentious, Karen. I'm just saying, it's a little pretentious. And so, you know, Charisse kind of put her like, I'm nobody's assistant. And then Karen was like, well, she don't want to be my assistant, so I fired her ass. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that's how you feel, but at the end of the day, you really didn't have to go that route. Like, I don't know. I think that they are so hell-bent on making sure that one of them gets credit for this thing. I think that Karen is taking it too seriously, though. Karen really wants this to be all her. It's almost like it's validation for her that she's the grand dame or something. Like, this is going to be like another notch on her belt. Like, Karen is so, like, caught up in the idea of being the person who is the one throwing this event. It's just like, girl, it's not that big of a deal. And then Charisse is so, like, I guess feeling left out. And maybe she's already sensitive because of what she's going through right now. But they are, like, really going at it. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I guess this is what ladies who lunch fight about. Because I don't get it. But, okay, so. And then Giselle was telling Karen that she shut Charisse down and all this stuff. And it was going back and forth. And she was like, Giselle, you full of shit. And I was like, oh, like, y'all really mad about this? Like, they tell each other they full of shit, and I fired you, and this, and that. And I'm just like, they act like they planning a trip to Buckingham Palace. Like, you would think that they, crossing the globe, like they left Africa, now they on their way to Europe, and then they're gonna leave there, go to Southeast Asia. After that, they going to, this place and that place, and they're gonna make a stop in South America. Like, you would really think that they going on the best trip in the history of man. Meanwhile, I mean, I've never been to Bermuda, but you in Bermuda. It's not like y'all in Paris at the Eiffel Tower. Like, they just making this trip so much bigger than it needs to be. Like, they're making this they can't see the forest for the trees. Like, you have all of this available to you, and y'all fighting over whose name is on what piece of paper. Like, it's so stupid to me. I can't say it enough. But I'm gonna try to get through this, okay? So that happened. Then they bring up how Giselle was not invited to Milani, who is Monique's daughter's birthday. And I guess she felt some type of way about it. But Giselle, Monique is like, basically, we're not cool like that. It is what it is. Giselle didn't seem that upset about it. I think they kind of just talked about it because it happened and she wasn't invited. But I don't think that either of them lost any sleep over it. Giselle didn't lose any sleep about not being invited. Monique didn't lose any sleep about, not giving her an invitation. So it wasn't that big of a deal. I think they just talked about it just to say they discussed it. And, that was it. Karen said that she thinks that Robyn is blowing smoke up people's asses. And, all of this stuff. It's just funny to me how, they going back and forth about stuff. And then Karen announces that her house was sold. People want to know where she going, where she moving. She won't tell them. I think it's because she's embarrassed to admit. I don't think she should be embarrassed. Yeah, she should be. Because you spent all this time talking about you married to the Black Bill Gates, and now you got to move out of state because you can't afford to stay in Potomac. Yeah, that's embarrassing because you kind of put your foot in your mouth. It's not embarrassing that you got to move to another state because Robyn had to move to Baltimore. She had to make some changes in her life, and she shouldn't be embarrassed at all. So it's not about you moving out of Potomac. It's about the fact that you called your husband a Black Bill Gates, but you can't afford to still live in Potomac. Yeah, I would be embarrassed. Because you kind of set yourself up for that. See, the reason why people not ragging on Robyn for moving out of Potomac, she's still in Maryland, but the reason why they're not ragging on her for moving out of Potomac is because Robyn never proclaimed to be wealthy. As a matter of fact, Robyn was very honest and talking about how they lost all this money because this guy stole from them and all this stuff. So, people are more willing to, be receptive to what Robyn is going through and her move and all of this stuff because she was honest from the get-go. But because you put on a front from the get-go, they looking at you like, excuse me, ma'am, you married to the Black Bill Gates. Shouldn't you have the biggest mansion in Potomac? I'm just saying, you should have 3 or 4 homes in Potomac. So when you downtown Potomac, you could go here. When you over here, you got another house. When you over there, you got another. You should have home after home after home if you really married to Black Bill Gates. I'm just saying. Okay? They coming for her head. And Robyn told her, she was deflecting or something like that. And then they get back to Charisse's room, and she's showing all the ladies her room. I think Karen felt some type of way because you supposed to be the hostess, but Charisse got a better room than you do. So, because she can afford to do that. Now, Karen will argue that she can only afford it because of Eddie's money, but hey, they were married, so she can spend it, she can do what she want to do. And they were like, oh, what if, no, Karen said that, what if Eddie cut you off? And she was like, he won't. That was a little shade. What if he cut you off? He won't. So, she's showing them around or whatever. And, that happens. And Monique was saying that she thinks that Charisse is the real grand dame, which I think that Charisse is more, I think personality-wise, Karen is the grand dame because Karen's personality commands the attention. I don't think Charisse commands the attention the way that Karen does. So, personality-wise, Karen is the grand dame. Financially, Charisse is the grand dame. Just saying. That's my perspective. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Who y'all think the real grand dame is. So, then Karen pulls both Giselle and Monique aside at different times and lets them know that they're going to be sailing with the American Cup. And she doesn't want them to tell anybody because she can only pick 2 people and she doesn't want it to become a big deal. So don't say anything to anyone. Come to find out, they didn't know they were going to be going on this together. And yeah, that's going to be, its own situation. Then, out of the blue, kind of, Charisse tells the ladies that she has a makeup artist there. And she's like, if you guys need anything, I brought the makeup artist with me. That was part of my birthday gift to myself. That was part of me giving myself the birthday gift and an anniversary present, blah, 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 blah. If y'all need anything, whatever, y'all can use my makeup artist. Well, Karen jumped in and was like, well, I have a hairdresser here, so y'all can use my hairdresser. And the ladies are like, okay. Because it was kind of like Karen was trying to one-up Charisse. And in that moment, Ashley makes the comment like, I would take Charisse's makeup artist over Karen's hairdresser because Charisse's face is always beat. And, I don't want to be beat like Karen's non-existent hairline. And I was like, ooh. Because they have made jokes about Karen hair. But, Charisse's hair was a mess this trip, too. So, we're not even going to go there because Charisse's hair was a mess at Monique's daughter's birthday party. Her hair was a mess last year when that man said he would do her hair. Her hair was a mess. This episode, girl, stop bringing makeup artists and bring hairdressers. With all due respect, Charisse got that bread. Beautiful lady, I've always said that. But, child, no, you don't need to bring a makeup artist. You need to bring a hairdresser, girl. Stop it. You need to bring a hairdresser, okay? And I'm surprised she didn't get her hair done for this trip. Like, you knew you was coming on this trip. Like, Charisse should just get box braids or something. I think she would be really cute in them, but they low maintenance. That's what kind of hairstyle she needs, is something that's low maintenance. Or get a cute little wig or something. Because I think that she got a sew-in and it ain't working for her. Her hair is always a mess. And it's just like, girl, you on TV. Anybody told you that? Has anybody told you yet that you're on TV? No? Okay, well, I'm telling you, you're on TV. So then, Karen, and they do the American Cup trip. That was cute. They had to go back and forth between these boats or something like that. I really didn't get it, but that was nice. Let's get to the real conversation. When they were in the bus, before they even got to the water, Giselle is like talking to Monique. And, Karen has let them know, hey, I want to get y'all to be cool or whatever. And I'm not going to jump in. At one point, she tried to jump in. And she was like, can I say something? And Giselle was like, no. Because Monique and Giselle kind of having this back and forth. And Giselle makes a comment like, you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for your husband. You wouldn't be around this group. Probably, I guess she was trying to say you wouldn't be on this show if it wasn't for your husband. And then Monique is like, but you wouldn't be. Monique didn't say it to Giselle. She said it in her confessional. She should have said it to her. But she said, you wouldn't be here either if it wasn't for your ex. Because remember, her ex is Jamal Bryant, who was a multimillionaire and a pastor and all of that stuff. So, the same shade you throwing at her, Giselle, applies to you. You are where you are because of your ex. And she's just currently with the man, which she pointed out. She's like, okay, what's the difference between me and you? I'm still with the man and you got a divorce. But I didn't understand how Giselle was trying to throw shade. Like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your husband. Like, would you be here if it wasn't for your ex? Girl, you literally just shaded yourself with that comment. Stop it. So, Giselle, she could throw some cute little shade sometimes, but that wasn't it. That wasn't the moment. You threw some shade that applies to you. Girl, bye. So then all the ladies that didn't go, Robyn, Ashley, and Charisse feeling some type of way because if y'all remember, I think it was last episode, Karen told Charisse, like, yeah, I won't be planning. I'll plan one day of the trip and you can plan a different day. And then that way you don't feel like, I'm taking over all the hostess duties, whatever. But you didn't tell Charisse that the day she was planning something for all the ladies, you were going to take two of the girls, and then she was going to have two of the other girls, and y'all was going to separate. So that's not really fair to her. How is that really you letting her plan a trip if, honestly, you just you basically take her day, take two of the people plus yourself. So 3 people out of the 6 are missing. That's shady as hell. So Karen was 100% wrong in that situation. How are you going to tell her to plan a day and then take the day? Girl, bye. Bye-bye. So, yeah, Ashley talks about the restaurant is doing better since the critics dinner. That was good. She talked about it's irreparable damage because she brought up the divorce word. But they say this to each other before. They've said this to each other before. He said things about divorce. She said things about possibly getting a divorce. So they have an issue with that as far as that goes. Okay, so then Ashley is getting her makeup done back at the hotel by Charisse's people. And they're having a conversation about an event that Karen threw last year, which was a yacht party. And then Charisse is like, yeah, she picked up some strays to have on her party to make it look like she had people there, but really she didn't have anybody there. She just, had some random people at her party. And she said it was like a janky event with janky guests, basically. And then she calls all the shade of all shade. The best shade of the episode to me was when Charisse called Karen the wife, not the wife of the black Bill Gates, the wife of the broke Bill Gates. I was like, oh, the shade is real. That was some for real shade. Like, that was not a good moment for them. So after all of that happens, Karen and Robyn are in the room because Robyn goes to see Karen about, everything that's going on while Karen is getting her hair done. And, Robyn is like, basically, you were super wrong for what you did. You're a hypocrite. You're this, you're that. She was just like giving it to Karen. Like, you were so wrong for everything. And how are you, gonna have Charisse plan an event on a day where you knew you was taking them girls out of the, away from us, and we weren't even gonna be able to hang out with them. So Charisse's day really didn't even count because you took Gizelle and Monique with you. So you split the group in half, and then she started calling her a hypocrite. And then she said, you're a hypocrite because you try to pretend like you're a gracious host, but you treated Charisse like trash. And then, Karen is just like, yeah, whatever, kind of blowing it off. And then the producer is like, oh, okay, we'll leave. And that was really reminiscent of when Juan did it. Juan was like up with the producer in the closet. Kind of reminded me of that moment. But this time, she wasn't even talking to a producer. She was talking to the person doing her hair. And the production left the room. And that's when she started going in. Like, she started calling Charisse evil and jealous. She said that she implied that she has pictures, I think, of Charisse and the firemen. She said something like she don't want me to bring the pics out or something like that. Then she said something about how anyone could have done what she's done. Anybody could have married Eddie Jordan, and anybody could be in her position right now, basically. She basically saying, like, you are where you are because of who you married, not because of anything that you've done. But people would say the same thing about Karen because you keep talking about your husband, the Black Bill Gates, so... But it was some shade though. It was a couple palm trees in the building. It was some shade. And then she started saying, Karen called Charisse a New Jersey harlot. I'm like, you basically like called her a hoe. So do Karen know something we don't know? Because when you call somebody a harlot, that's like promiscuous, she get around kind of thing. So what am I missing? The only people that Charisse has ever been linked to my knowledge, are Eddie Jordan, who was her ex, and the fireman who is who we only know about because Giselle spilled the beans on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. So we wouldn't even know about any of this if it had not been for we would know about the fireman if it wasn't for Giselle. So what does Karen know that we don't know, that she's calling Charisse a harlot? Am I missing something? Is Charisse getting around in a way that we don't know about? So I'm telling y'all, next episode, it looks like it's gonna be a doozy. It's going down. They getting into it, and I am here for it. Okay, so I will see y'all next week, because I most definitely will be watching the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac to watch the conclusion. And I would love to see Karen call Charisse a harlot, a New Jersey harlot, to her face. Oh, baby. I'm here for it. Okay, so this your girl Shay. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me a note in the comment section. Tell me what you thought. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming to Writer's Vlogs. In the description box, you'll find
links to our social media,
blog,
and anything else you need to know.
Be sure to rate,
comment,
and subscribe to our channel.
Mwah.